Whoo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. I know it looks like probably sweating like a hog, and you're not far off. I was before I came back inside, but I just washed my face. So if I look really wet, there's a reason. And part of the reason I had to wash my face is because I got even more wet after eating. Wait until you see the video I'm going to put up after. I filmed it before this one, but I'm going to put it up after because I'm so excited about what I have. I want to do it first. So I'm going to put it up first anyway. So as anybody who knows me knows, this is the Esee Avispa. This is my go-to pocket knife, right? Even though there isn't a time since day one I got this that the Combat Trudon has not been in my pocket. As a matter of fact, this Microtech has been used even today. I already used it. Every single day, this thing has cut or sliced or done something. It has even pried once. Don't recommend it, but I did it and it didn't damage it at any point. But this thing has been used every single day since I got it. Have not sharpened it yet. And getting into that thing, my most commonly carried knife, this and where is? Oh, it's in the other room. My tribal lock from Case. I carry those all the time. There's a couple knives I have next to me that, because I alternate so much, that they're just, I always end up putting them down right here when I'm really needing to do some heavy use. The SR1 by Cold Steel and the 4MAX by Cold Steel, and this one, the Sumo, the CRKT Sumo, I use a lot. The Fossil is another one. It's just not right next to me. But those knives and a couple of Kershaw's, I use a really lot. But these I carry more than anything. And this one has been carried a lot more. You can see the finish on the blade is a lot different looking. It's not a chip, it's just a little crud, a little dirt. But I love my Avispas. I love them so much, I bought two. Then I loved them so much after that, I decided to buy other people a few. And I even sent one to Scab. And the ones I own, the ones I buy, are in D2 steel. I love D2 in a pocket knife. I think it's a perfect steel for blades of this size. Speaking of this size, we are looking at a 5-inch handle, which is a full grip on a pocket knife. Love it. And we're looking at a 3.5-inch blade that's an 1/8 thick with 1 1/8 inch wide. It is built really well. Look at how thin. I didn't even bother to get the overall thinness. I think it's let's see, a 1/4 inch. A 1/4 inch is all that it's going to be in your pocket. Look at how thin this is, and you compare it to a knife that's not overly sized, and you look at the difference. And so you think about that, how it's going to wear in your pocket, right? And this one fits in the pocket really well. Look how beautiful that is. Really well. So these, I mean, it's almost like you forget you're wearing them. They're so nice, but it at the same time, they're big. So I've already done an Esee Avispa review. I did some verses. I did a whole bunch of different stuff cutting with them. Why the heck would I be bringing out my two Esee Avispas? Why do you have two? Because they're two different colors, and I like to color coordinate. See what I mean? So I generally, if I have the ability to, I will carry a knife that matches what I'm wearing. What's wrong with me? Lots. Oh, lots. So basically, they have come traditionally in AUS 8 and D2. I would prefer D2 over AUS 8 any freaking day of the week. Any day, it's just going to keep a better edge. They're a little stronger. I love D2 steel. And then, lo and behold, they came out with an SK-5 version. And I said, say what? An SK-5? So I thought, wow, I really want one of those. But instead of buying me one, I bought one for Paul Myers and sent it to him. What's wrong with me? So I still didn't have an SK-5 version. Knowing that I am a giant Esee Avispa fan, so much in fact that I've sent these out to multiple people, and all of whom who have gotten one absolutely love them, and they have referred them to other people. Scab, who knows I wanted SK-5, he got an SK-5. Almost, you'd think it's just to rub it in, but no, Scab doesn't do that. He's just a good dude. Nope. He just sent me one. So, my favorite pocket knife, the one that is mostly carried, and now this one's catching up. I have 3. Oh, and one of them, is SK-5. Now, I became an SK-5 fan thanks to Cold Steel. Cold Steel did a few knives in SK-5, and I was like, all right, let's check it out. And none have done me wrong. I mean, they have been great for me. So I can only assume that this one will be just as great. Oh, look at that sandwich. So now I have 3. Look at the difference between an unused blade, right? These are, it's like they still have a little bit of shine to them. This one more, but you can see it's just a little bit more dull because of going through everything. But as far as the edge is concerned, that's not dull. Both of them still have the original edges. The original edges. The only thing I have ever done to, and it's only been the one with the black handle because I have that on me more, is I have used the ceramic side of my pull through. That's it. Never the metal side, just the ceramic side. I haven't stropped them, haven't done anything. These things cut like buggers, man. I mean, that says something. These things stay sharp. They are amazing. It's they're designed by Esee, Randall's Adventure and Training, and done by another company. And they do them right. The good thing about this company that produces these is that they keep the Esee warranty. So you'll see the Esee name on there. Bada boom, bada bing. It's like D-Bad. When you get a D-Bad design, a D-Bad creation, it's made by the Kukri House. So it's the same thing. You're getting a D-Bad knife, a D-Bad design made by another person. The thing is, Esee is involved in making sure that they do the right thing, and I like that. They don't want to hear from you. There's a, hey, deal with the other company. But their names are on them, and you can see all that right there. So now I want to see what the difference is as far as does it say something? Oh, right there, SK-5. Okay, so this one is AUS 8. That's right. I forgot. I think I had another D2 and I sent it out. So there you go, right there. This is perfect. D2, AUS 8. That's why this one got used less. I forgot all about that. I had another D2 one and somebody wanted it and I gave it to them. So then I went and picked up another one and they didn't have D2. They had AUS 8. And that's how I ended up with the AUS 8. So now I have AUS 8. This is perfect. Thanks, Scab. I have AUS 8, D2, and SK-5. This AUS 8, even though I've used it less, much less than this one, the edge is still held up fantastic. I haven't had a problem with it. Of course, I haven't used it as much, but I have used it. I've tested it. I put it on video. There's no loosening. There's no dulling. There's no problem. So I feel very, very lucky to have 3, and I didn't even realize one was AUS 8. So now I feel even luckier because I can literally go through each one of these, use them, and then say, okay, which would I prefer and why? And even though they're all going to perform pretty much the same, it comes down to an over time thing. Like over time, which one's going to hold the best? Which one's going to do the best? You know what I mean? So this works out. That surprised me. AUS 8 really surprised me on there. This one didn't surprise me because Scab's a great guy and he sent me one. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop talking because it's been less than 10 minutes now. And we're going to go out and we're going to use this little bugger. All right, so let's see what we got here. We're going to do a couple drops. Now, I have dropped the other 2 in videos, so I should know pretty much well how that's going to work. Do a couple hard downward throws and absolutely lose it. If I didn't break it, that's a testament. So I just threw the absolute living snot out of this knife. There is 0 loosening, and I mean 0 loosening. There is no damage in the scales. I can actually see where it hit, and it's just brushing right off. The knife closes. The knife opens. the knife stays open. Wow. I mean, that's one of those accidental testings where I didn't mean for it to happen, and it turns out that it's a really good thing it did, because it just shows strength. I mean, I hit the snot out of that. You heard it. You heard it hit. I could actually see the streak right here. I don't know if you could see it, but there is a streak going across diagonal on this blade, wrong way, that way, and really showing where it took the impact, as far as just hitting. I think it hit like here on the edge, and then the back just bam rattled. Let's try that again. Woo, I am sweating. So we are having a day today that is about 100 degrees. Man, did it again. About 100 degrees. That's a good way to check the tip. Missed again. Talking. All right, here we go. I think I loosened it as I threw. So let's see. So the tip has no bending. That one that missed, it hit and bent and then jumped out, and still no damage. None. Nothing. This thing, they're made to be strong. I mean, look at the scratches. I don't know if you can already see. I scratched up the tip. I don't know if we're going to be able to see that in this light, but right there, I think you can see it. Scratched up the tip because it's, man, I'm missing, I'm scraping, I'm doing all kinds of stuff, and it's still holding. Now, I'm kind of limited on hair, but we will try. Woo! I almost went at the wrong angle. Wow. Look at this. I started at the wrong angle. I almost went too deep and just cut through my arm. That's what we call in the business freaking shave sharp. I mean, that's more sharp than Shannon sharp. Man, that is sharp. Let's do a push cut on the SK-5, and there wasn't even a question. Like, it hit that nylon rope and went, what, there's something there? It is freaking sharp. Now, this is an absolute bring it to work knife. This is your everyday carry. I mean, it is. I can't believe there's no loosening. I cannot believe there is no loosening, no rattling, no nothing going on here. This thing took some abuse immediately. Wow, fantastic. But it's not the kind that you're gonna be beating on this and that. It's your carry along. If you're going on a camp, you bring this with you. You have your big knife, you have your small knife. If you got to do some whittling, you got to do some tight work, it's gonna be the one. You don't like to feather stick with your buoy because maybe you don't have control. Oh my gosh, these are so nice. I have to say that they do such a good job prepping the edge as far as sharpness and things like that. They do such a good job. Let's see here. Ba-boom. Man. I mean, when you need them fine, when you need them really fine, you got to have a fine edge. And this edge is so fine. Woo-wee. This is Halle Berry and Catwoman fine. Man. All right, so, man, look at this. Holding it down by the end. Now remember, it's not a chopping knife, obviously. 3.5-inch folder with a frame lock. This is not made to chop. But I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, and yes, I do because it's right there on film. Man, this thing, the blind samurai can see what's happening. He can see what's happening. That's how easy this thing is, just chopping down on this stick and bringing me to the point I need to finish off a tip, right? So now I have all these little feathers right here. I'm just gonna cut them off, and then I'm right where I need to be as far as making a tip. It doesn't get any easier than that. Just doesn't get any easier than that. These knives are wonderful, man. Scab, ChoirBoyz with Esee Cutlery. Man, I couldn't thank you more. I mean, the guy knows I have 2 of them already. He knows I carry one every day. But he thought, he knows me so well, he's like, he would want another one. Scab knows. Scab knows. Let's see. it's just, I mean, look at how clean that is all the way down. These knives are just great. Great. The shape, it's just amazing in the hand. Everything about it, from the jimping to the single-sided slab, it just makes everything work. Bigsby, get up here. He's probably trying to take the Harley out for a ride. All right, get up here. This one is actually being good. Weird. All right, let's do the plastic nylon net cutting test, which so many knives can't seem to do well. Let's see, I got you in there. Oh my gosh, that went too deep, too fast. I tried holding it really lightly, but it's so sharp that it just seared right through. I have somewhere out here, but the dog keeps picking it up and dragging it wherever the hell he wants. I have a soccer ball set for skinning, and let's see, I have a basketball too. Let's use that. Let's use that. I ran this over with the Jeep and popped it, so now I can use it for skinning. Good job. All right, so you're in the woods. What you want to do is push and drag. I mean, look at how simple that is. So now you're trying to process the skin from the meat. You're going to go with that nice semi-side grip, man, and you're just going to usually feather, but if I just keep doing that, it's just going to rip too easy. I mean, it's just so simple. So freaking simple. And you're thinking, okay, but it's a ball. Well, why not try something harder? Like, because there's harder animal skin than that. All right, let's try a plastic practice cone. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Can it even slow it down? No. 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 It's a cutting machine. This knife is made to cut. Just made to cut. It is fan-freaking-tastic. The Esee Avispa is built. It's just built to work in the hand. It's built to cut. It's built to be that knife that you need it to be every single time you need it. That's what it's made for. I absolutely love these. Do I have beefier knives? I just showed you my my 4-Max. Man, that knife is sick. I have the XL Espada. That knife is sick. But when it comes to practicality, I mean, I'm right here. I'm all about the Avispa. I have knives that people would say, yeah, but wouldn't you want to carry this instead? Wouldn't you want to carry this beast? Yeah, okay, it's a beast. I get it. But sometimes you need finesse to go with your beast. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to be able to generate enough power because this is, I think, 16 or 18 gauge. This is a thick freaking wire. So I don't know if we're going to be able to generate enough power to go through it. But we're going to try. We're going to try like hell. All right. Well, that was much easier than it should have been. There it is. I mean, you can see that copper wire in there shine. The blade is just so nice. How's that edge? Perfection. Perfection. Let's see. Oh, look. Remember I said I started, I felt like I was going to cut right through myself. I started at the wrong angle. That's blood right there. Imagine that. All right, so let's see. It doesn't even take an effort, guys. It's like you do that and the knife giggles at you. It giggles. It goes, what, are you crazy? You think batoning and skinning and cutting and going through copper wire is going to make me not sharp? Bah! Yeah, right. So, just another piece from, you know, the designers at Esee that bring you another knife that is just designed to work. This is why I love good knife designers, right? Anybody can get out there and make a knife good or bad if they're, you know, depending on their skills. But if you're the best forger in the world, but you can't design a knife the way it should be used, you know what I mean? And there's some of those great makers. I talk about them all the time. I'm not going to bring them up right now. The handles are bad. Some of the best steel, some of the best forged knives in the world, right? Handles are bad. The tangs are bad. And it's like, damn, you were so close. You were so close. But the designers just don't have it there. They just don't have it. Weird lumps in the freaking grips and weird. it's all in the design. Once you get a designer that can design something to work the way it's supposed to work, then all you need is a good forger. And Esee picked out the right guys here. These things work. Scab, ChoirBoyz Cutlery, man, thank you so much. It is so humid out here. I don't know if you guys could see it. Look at on the right there, right? Watch this. That's wetness. That's wetness. I'm able to drag my finger across. I don't know if you guys could see that. And just take off wet. It's so nasty out here. But what also is nasty out here is this thing. This thing is nasty. I can't believe I went like this to shave, and the angle I took was just a little steep, and I felt it immediately. Cut right through my skin. Cut right through my skin to blood. There's 7 layers there before you start bleeding. Man, I just touched myself. These things are sharp. These things are awesome. Roscoe, let's go. Roscoe. It's so hot. That boy don't even want to get up. He's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. All right, so, I mean, I am dripping. I think you guys can see that. It looks like my forehead is crying. And those are tears of happiness because of the Esee Avispa. Man, God bless the USA. So, that's it for this one. It's another perfectly done Esee Avispa. Another perfectly working Esee Avispa. Another gonna be in my pocket Esee Avispa. Now look at how much I'm sweating. Guys, it looks like I just came out of the pool. Holy Moses. Holy moly. So here we have it. Esee, SK-5, Esee, OS 8, Esee, D2. All Avispas. My favorite pocket knives because they just work so good on, and they're multi-dimensional. They can do just about anything. I mean, not just, you can box cut as well as you can skin a deer with one of these. You can take the scales off a fish with one of these. You can chop copper wire with one of these. You can just do it all. Up, got a feather stick? Do it. Up, got to process some light firewood, some kindling? Up, do it. Anything. Oh, what's that question you guys are asking? Can you defend yourself? Do it. Don't do it. Yes, these things will do it all. Oh my God, this is like Wolverine. I am so freaking stoked. Now that I especially know that this one was OS 8, I am so stoked to have all 3 steel versions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry this SK-5. Yep, that's the one. I'm going to carry this for a week solid. And on some of the things that I plan on cutting with this one, I'm going to cut with this one. And this one, the reason I use it so much is because it's always right there hanging out of the pocket, and because you just do that. It's just simple and it's cool. And it just keeps the mechanisms going, keeps the springs from sitting in one position too long. So while I'll still cut with this one every single day, I'm going to start cutting with this every day for a week. And then what we're going to do is an edge for edge test, and we're going to see how all 3 are doing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to carry this one for a week straight. I'm going to carry this one for maybe a week straight. This one I carry all the time. I use all the time, so I don't have to. I know this edge has been freaking used like crazy. And then what's going to happen is after 2 weeks between these two, I'm going to, maybe I'll strop all 3. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll give all 3 a stropping, or I'll use all 3, then strop and use again. And we will see what we're looking at from all 3 edges, and to see how all 3 maintain. Personally, I really don't have any doubts. I don't. I mean, the abuse that this one just took, I mean, it took some abuse that it wasn't made to take, but then the stuff on the edge, cutting copper, batoning, things like that, going through rubber, going through nylon, especially rubber with copper, and the basketball rubber, that dulls a blade like crazy. Cutting through rubber stuff will dull your blade, believe me. And this thing is still, I proved it, shave sharp, and easily shaving sharp. So, yeah, man, I have 100% faith. Do I have anything right here? 100% faith in this blade. Right there. Look at that. 100% faith in this blade that it's going to stay sharp and it's going to continue to work. Shaving really dulls the blade too. That's one of the reasons why we do this to test edges, is because if you've ever had like a Bic razor and you shaved a couple times with it, and then all of a sudden the next time you shave you start bleeding, it's because they dull fast. They dull fast. These hairs dull a blade fast. So that's it. This one's going in my pocket. Scab, ChoirBoyz with Esee Cutlery. Love you, my brother. I mean, love you, my brother. Thank you for this. The guy knows I already have them. He sends me one anyways because he knows I will appreciate it, love it, carry it, use it. The guy is awesome. All right, so that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Donnie B all day, Shredder says. Until next video.